a bit of a difference between these two guys, right, McGolf?
Well, on paper, that one nice guy, you have to say, definitely has the historical edge. He has the PB edge. He has the ancestry edge. So it seems like the deck should be stacked in his favor, but that doesn't tell the whole story, as he is actually having to de-rust to come back to the game in order for the tournament, as opposed to ZoddZerk, which has recently just had yet another PB of his own. So really, I mean, there's a reason that we hold the races. There's a reason we don't just go off the statistics and say, hey, that one nice guy wins. And that's really who shows up to race that day. And so really it comes down to who wants it more, who's done their preparation more, and who shows up ready to rock.
Absolutely. And so with the delay, we'll go ahead and get things started. I'm going to count down the runners, and we'll get going here in about 15 seconds.
Let's get it going.
And kicking off, we'll see them start here in just a moment.
Okay, nice guy starting off with the patented left to right very first screen. The goal of stage 1, as you know, is simply to get to the end as quickly as you can, kill the first stage boss, have the cross, and have triple shot with it. We're going to take just a moment here in just a sec to synchronize the two runners so that we have a more like-for-like comparison as opposed to having to make the mental modification of about a 4-second delay between the two.
That's correct. And in this first stage, really the goal is upgrade your whip, get the cross, and then keep the cross for the rest of the game.
In a perfect world, you definitely would keep it the entire game. Now that also counts on you, 1, not accidentally picking up a sub-weapon as it drops directly in your path, and 2, and this is the more difficult one, not dying at any point during a very, very dangerous any percent run.
Certainly. We're seeing both runners here. Looks like there's a little bit of a delay between, maybe about a 5-second delay. Right now, they're likely right in sync with one another. Both of them seem to have had no problem getting through the stage thus far. Nothing super fancy, nothing risky, no wall clipping or anything so far. Just good, solid gameplay.
Correct. It's interesting to understand PB strats as opposed to race strats, and where those two paths of strategy sort of diverge. As you said, there was no attempt at any kind of a ring clip. Very nice Mr. Head boost there from that one nice guy.
Quite good, in fact. It looks like we probably will have a little bit of a delay between the streams as they're running on different platforms today, so we can't necessarily pause one to catch up one or the other. So we'll just kind of have to keep in mind that there will be a little bit of a difference between the two streams here today. Both runners now facing Medusa, the Medusa room, and then that one nice guy moving into the final room before the first boss, which, you know, if it goes well, is kind of there's just a formula to take care of this guy.
Oh, ZoddZerk nearly had a death there. He took the falling snake boost a little bit late, and luckily was able to grip the stairs. And what a gorgeous pizza slice from that one nice guy.
There we go, pointing up and to the left. ZoddZerk, no attempt at a Triforce, but both runners posed in the middle of the boss fight of stage 1 and onto stage 2, the river, where they will face probably the least remarkable boss of the entire run.
Okay, stage 2 is very simple. Very straightforward. There's actually no boss to it. It is start to the left, go to the right. ZoddZerk getting a little bullied by a couple of those moss men there that appear out of the nowhere. Oh, and he also got snagged by one of the hands directly underneath the spider. The health management in stage 2 is extraordinarily tight. You want to be finishing the stage with literally 1 health left so that you can take all the appropriate boosts that will actually allow you to get through the stage as quickly as humanly possible. That one nice guy sticking to the health management route very, very well. Also utilizing a couple of lag reducing strats on that screen. Again, lag monster is a boss in this game. He will eat lots of time.
Certainly will. And your health in this game is your boost fuel. You don't necessarily use it to keep you alive. You use it to go as fast and as efficient as possible. And getting to the end with a very full health bar means you probably didn't spend as much health as you needed to move as quickly as you needed to.
Looking at the crispness of movement from that one nice guy, you would never actually think that he stopped running the game. He's been very clean, very crisp the whole time, very second nature. You would not assume that he'd be running on emulation. It looks like he's playing on original hardware because his controls are so very responsive. Not to take anything away from ZoddZerk. ZoddZerk is doing an outstanding job keeping up, and despite a couple of bobbles here and there, taking a couple of bad boosts. He is keeping up. That one nice guy, and of course ZoddZerk just a few seconds behind, killing not the Medusa head, but Medusa, the quote-unquote boss of stage 2, which is a mid-boss.
Yeah, that one nice guy moving through, taking all the boosts here, will probably end up the stage with very little health, moving on to stage 3, where the game becomes significantly more technical.
So the river, the second half of stage 2, as you can see, the river changes directions based on one of the mythos of the Bram Stoker's Dracula lore of drips dripping up toward the ceiling, what have you. In this particular part of that, you want to be on the ground when the river is moving you to the right, and up in the air as much as possible when it's moving you to the left. That one nice guy gets through it to the end, 1 health left. Perfect health management, excellent from ZoddZerk, just a few seconds behind. And then we begin stage 3, which is more or less the gatekeeper of the any percent speedrun of Super Castlevania 4. Castlevania 1 has the stage 1 jail. Well, you could say that Castlevania 4 has stage 3 jail.
Very true. And looking at these runners, the way they exited stage 2, it looks like there's about a 3-second lead in that one nice guy's favor. Both of these guys starting to negotiate the Mudmen. Mudmen, of course, with their random patterns, walking either right or left, and it's completely random depending on the run. You just have to kind of deal with the direction that they go, and it can be, they can give you really bad patterns and make the rest of the stage quite difficult.
Yeah, health routing is extraordinarily tight in stage 3. You could argue even worse than in stage 2. However, there's a lot more X factors, and it all starts with the Mudmen. If you touch one of those Mudmen when they're a big Mudman, it takes 4 damage. However, if you do it when they're smaller, after you whip them once, they break down into smaller sections. They only deal 3 damage, and they're much easier to deal with. That one nice guy getting the clean ring glitch there. He had to bobble for just a moment there, so glad no deaths so far. ZoddZerk just behind, and ZoddZerk looks like he's going to elect to take the intended route through, and he did not disable the hitbox, which means he did disable the hitbox, so he is able to just march right through. We are now in the Sunken City part for that one nice guy. Let us see if he does the eye boost. He has the health for it. Looks like he's setting up for it, and yep, here we go. And he gets boosted the wrong way. Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Not a major time loss, but unfortunate to take the boost and not get the time save for losing the health. Now moving on to the merman, which can be incredibly frustrating, especially here at the very end of the stage. One merman in particular can really make you have a bad day, but that one nice guy getting around him quite handily without any trouble, and moving on to the final 2 rooms of stage 3.
Yeah, they're both doing a very good job of taking everything very, very safe. In PB strats, you don't kill a lot of these plants, the Mudmen. the floating eye, what you do is you just power right through and fly by just as quickly as you absolutely can. And both players have been taking the time to throw that extra cross, make sure that they're not going to be killed by the stairs boss. You name it. They're just an absolute clinic on how to quickly enough. Oh no, ZoddZerk, curse of the commentator. As soon as I say everyone's going so safe and good, somebody takes a death.
You hate to see that in a race, unfortunately. And now ZoddZerk able to retrieve the cross, but and now moving on to the boss fight. Both racers here finishing up the stage. Still a very close race.
I assume what I looked at was some kind of a glitch because looks like he did not die actually. So I apologize for that. My screen froze and I saw that he fell off the screen and everything went black. Moving on, looks like they're both on the way to stage 4 currently. That one nice guy is sporting a fairly healthy lead, makes one bobble before falling back down at the beginning of stage, or still 4-1. The lag skeletons. ZoddZerk, of course, directly behind him, staying on the stairs to throw the 2 crosses. Again, taking everything nice and safe.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I looked away at the same time, so unfortunately I didn't catch the exact goings on. Nice guy now taking on Puexel. Should be able to take care of him very quickly here. Maybe not the fastest kill, but a very clean kill, still with plenty of health to finish up stage 4. ZoddZerk now not far behind, moving across these platforms that will flip over when you land on them, as they do in many Castlevania games. Now taking his own attack on Puexel.
Yep. ZoddZerk getting through Puexel, who is much like Medusa in stage 2, more of a formality than a real boss. You'll also notice the swag strat from that one nice guy. You're in a rotating room, so you got about 45 seconds of chill time to kind of watch as the world rotates around you, contemplate life, take some, pot shots at some Medusa heads flying at you. And so it is interesting to see what different racers elect to do to kill time in this particular point in the game. That one nice guy, of course, doing the ring glitch inversion trick and throwing crosses at the zenith of that to kill the incoming Medusa heads, which is a actual movement strat that can be utilized much later in the game in stage A.
Yeah, if you're gonna bring out the swag, you might as well do it when you're not doing anything else to run. That one nice guy now onto the mode 7 tunnel, dealing with these skeletons, and really the best way to deal with them is just to avoid them entirely, as killing them causes lag, and if you don't move through it in the same pattern each time, you're gonna get some random spawns popping in here. But nice guy getting through it quite nicely, and moving on to the final room of ZoddZerk now taking on the mode 7 tunnel.
Yeah, ZoddZerk's pathing is a little bit different. He elected to kill 2 extra skeletons. It looks like that one nice guy is setting up for the zip. Is he going to go for it? I believe he is consistent enough to actually get this in a race. First half good, second half good. We have ourselves a zip.
Successful zip. Amazing. You love to see that in a race. The swag, just the taking advantage of the glitches of the game, and giving you a nice little lead in the process. ZoddZerk not able to take the zip, though I'm not sure he would have gone for the zip at all. Taking the slower strat, maybe not gaining quite as much time as Nice Guy. So Nice Guy now gaining quite a commanding lead here as he takes on Coronat, the final boss of stage 4.
Your average, most runners actually elect to start Coronat fight to the right of the screen and throw the crosses to the left, where that one nice guy showing his creativity and uniqueness as his approach to the game, he actually elected to start to the left and move to the right. So that was very interesting, and it did not cost him any time. In fact, I dare say that was a very, very fast kill. He is now on to stage 5. ZoddZerk now getting to the Coronat fight himself, taking the more standard traditional approach toward positioning those crosses to initiate the fight.
Yeah, so we'll hope for good luck and good RNG from the Harpies here for that one nice guy. The Harpies, again, being the deciding factor a lot of times in Stage 5. Sometimes they don't show up at all, and sometimes, as we saw as in the race where they completely mob Eagle Eye Jones, they can be quite a nuisance.
Yeah, the thing about, much like the Mode 7 hallway in Stage 4, Stage 5, the first half of Stage 5, the longer you stay on the screen, the more Harpies spawn. And the more Harpies spawn, the more you have to deal with the Flea Men. And the more you have to deal with the Flea Men, the longer you then have to deal with more Flea Men that continue to spawn.
Very, very true. The same thing can happen to you in the Mode 7 tunnel, where if you get knocked back, you can have all kinds of wacky spawns that take place. Working out some a little bit of difficulty with the display there. I think maybe having some trouble with the two different types of streams, but kind of getting things back and lined up. Looks like that one nice guy will now be entering Castle Dracula, finishing Stage 5, and on to Stage 6, where the difficulty really starts to ramp up.
So basically what we've just now done is started Castlevania 1. This is a remake or a prequel, if you will, because technically Castlevania 4, in terms of the plot line, the timeline, actually starts before Castlevania 1 by just a number of hours, when he started all the way back at the stables. The beginning of Castlevania 1, where he's walking into Dracula's castle, is what you just witnessed right now in Stage 6. Now begins one of the jankiest parts of the entire run, which is the chandelier physics. That one nice guy is consistent enough with this where he may actually go for a one cycle. So let's take a look at what he goes for.
Very curious to see. And we'll see after this next jump what happens.
It's going to be at least a 2 cycle, probably a 3 cycle.
Yeah, that jump is such a tight window. You have just a few frames to make it through and across to the second platform of the second chandelier in order to even have a chance of getting a 1 cycle, much less a 2 cycle.
Correct that. So it ended up being a 3 cycle there. I'm really pleased that ZoddZerk has not given up, not bobbled at all since then. He's actually keeping up beautifully, is consistently 1 room behind, it seems. Yeah, this is anybody's race at this point. There's so much race left. This is outstanding.
Yeah, excellent show from both runners. I'll have to keep an eye on the next screen transition to kind of see what the difference in time is. Seems like it's probably maybe about 30 seconds to. It's not quite a minute between these two. That one nice guy now moving through this room quite handily, getting the bat boost, taking care of the final ectoplasm. And moving on through here, that room kind of being takes some timing to get those crosses right to connect with all the enemies and take care of them and get them out of your way.
ZoddZerk getting the appropriate boost from that bat to get through that falling chandelier. Again, just 1 room ahead is that one nice guy jumping over the moving coffin. If he did not, it would actually chase after him. Starting off with 16 hearts, missing 1 health at this section just before this long hallway is excellent health and heart management. On the other hand, ZoddZerk may have wanted to actually go back and pick up that big meat in the hidden wall. He's getting bullied a little bit, but again, not far behind at all. He wishes that he just took that bat boost, because he just took the damage from the bat and ultimately took the slow route as well.
Right, and that one nice guy now moving in to the final room before the boss room, up the stairs. He'll take care of this coffin ring, and then we'll be avoiding bad dancer patterns to try to get through. He's got a good amount of health. Oh, a not so great bad back boost there. Now down to 3 health. We'll just have to hope that he doesn't get bad luck with the dancer patterns.
I was going to say it was all looking so good for that one nice guy, but he takes 1 hit, then a backwards boost from a coffin. Next thing you know, he is a bad pattern away from death himself. So, again, going to the most comedically named boss of the game, Fred Ascara and Paula Abgul.
Yeah, the localization for the English team had a lot of fun naming some of these guys. That one nice guy now finishing Stage 6. And was there a boss there, Mekov? I don't know if I saw one there.
Stage 6 boss is a lie. It's much like the cake.
Right. Absolutely. And ZoddZerk now on his way through the final table and dancer uh, issue here. He got
Right,
a
just
little
had to
bit.
interrupt you there. That was one of the few times I've seen actually anybody in this race or in the tournament so far actually kill that Spear Knight in advance. It starts off with a very, very difficult strat. That one nice guy putting on a clinic using straight whips to whip out the axes mid-flight. Excellent first room of stage 7, which is the worst room of the entire stage. From here on, it gets a lot easier, but I do anticipate him going for the book jump. We'll see if he gets high or low axe pattern now.
Yeah, if you can pull off a stage 7 room 1 like that, the book jump shouldn't be a problem. Let's see how it goes.
He elects to go safe. I figured that he might, but at the same time, he is extraordinarily consistent when he is de-rusted.
Those red skeletons can be a major issue there. If you get the timing wrong, they can pop up at the most inopportune time, and taking a hit from them often means a trip straight into the pit.
That is correct. One good thing about them, however, is once you've killed them once, they only require one hit to knock back down every time they get up.
Absolutely. ZoddZerk now taking on the first room, taking a little bit of a different approach, maybe taking just a bit more damage than that one nice guy would, and we'll probably be stopping for the safety meet in the next room.
Yeah, I definitely would. It's a 1.5 second detour, and it's going to give him quite a bit more latitude to make any other mistakes. In fact, he actually elects to take the long way around, which is perfectly fine. That one nice guy taking the last boulder boost before the last hallway before the boss. Let's see if he gets it.
Textbook, making it right through that gauntlet.
Like a clinic, even remembering to empty his crosses before beginning, and look at those whip cancels fly.
ZoddZerk also opting to take the avoid the book jump and take the safe route through. That one nice guy moving on to stage 8 and having a commanding lead now in this race.
Well, stage 8 they call stage hate for a multitude of reasons, and basically it's because every piece of furniture that you can jam your toe on in the entire room, if you do, it kills you outright. There are a couple crosses to recover from it, but stage 9 normally is about where you get your triple shot back. Now, that one nice guy organically has the low pattern, or the low route, which is arguably much, much easier. You can actually skip the wall meet later on if you decide to. He probably will not because it's a race. And the timing for the high damage boost coming up here isn't nearly as tight at low pattern. And he, very good, decides to use the race strat of ducking under the eye instead of actually boosting over the top of it. And he's just going to march through the blood. And he's on to the second room.
Yeah, a very clean first room from that one nice guy. ZoddZerk now in the final corridor before Sir Grackle, having a little bit of trouble getting through those Axe Knights, but now it's going to face Grackle with plenty of health and should finish him off very cleanly.
One nice guy beginning the second half of stage hate. ZoddZerk very, very cleanly takes care of the stage 7 boss. And now that one nice guy is beginning the descent into the final stage the final room of stage 8. Let's see if he actually goes for one of the more dangerous strats, which is actually to leap off the stair or off the platform and onto the lower stairs.
Opting to go for the safe boost through. I would say with these safe strats, it's pretty much guaranteed we're not going to see a Vegas bridge from that one nice guy. Oh, but missing the first whip on the wall skeleton there, opting to go back for the oils there to get invincibility so that he could take the safer route through. Oh, missing the drip boost as well. It's getting a little bit dangerous for nice guy.
Yeah, he realized once he actually took that hit, when he got frame ruled, the whip went right through the enemy. So once he actually took that frame rule and took the damage off of an enemy he wasn't supposed to, he knew immediately that he did not have the health to continue to take the drip boost route that he had planned, so he had to go back.
Oh, and ZoddZerk was just getting bullied by the Room 1 final bit. He was able to get through, but not with much health left to spare. That will cost him a little bit of time, but he will be able to take a safety meet here later in the room. That one nice guy finishing off Frank. Another unremarkable boss if you've got the triple crosses. And moving on to stage 9, the Treasury.
Stage 9 is so many people's favorite stage, including my own. It's an extraordinarily technical stage, but also a very pretty stage with some upbeat, great music. It makes you just want to hang out there because who doesn't love gold, and all that glitters is gold. I mean, we've named our favorite type of splits after this stage, for crying out loud, right?
Yeah, we love to see those gold splits. Absolutely. Whoa, nice guy doing an interesting limp whip delay for that skeleton there to move through. That's a very interesting strat. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Yeah, Nice Guy has been running the game for a very long time, and he's the originator of a lot of different strats. He actually worked with JC on a handful of strats, things to make, say, the 4-4 zip much more consistent, much more repeatable. So it's not nearly as dangerous, which is why he felt comfortable going for something like that. Nice Guy putting on a clinic, doing the low swing to kill that upper skeleton. And now it's the lag crumbling pillars of doom.
Yeah, lag again, the one of the biggest enemies of the speed run. Looking back to ZoddZerk again, opting not to take Vegas Bridge quite wisely, and we'll be moving on to the final boss here shortly, while Nice Guy continuing just to move through like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, no deaths at all so far. It's all been clean, smooth sailings. ZoddZerk has been bullied a number of times by an enemy here or there, or got hit with some bad RNG. That one nice guy's been hit with a couple of moments of interesting RNG himself, but oh, look at that. Impatience pays off. He gets over the death pit, using a crawl strat that I've only ever watched Furious Paul do before him just now.
Very, very cool. It is really neat to see some of the old school guys coming in with different strats than a lot of us guys that have started in the past year or so doing. Getting definitely a mix of disciplines in the runs here. And that one nice guy moving into the climb just before the boss room, moving through without any trouble. And then now moving on to Zaf Bat, probably one of the worst bosses in this speed run. Isn't that right?
Yeah, ZoddZerk taking an alternate route in that room. Most speedrunners just duck under that first, but absolutely, this is a lot of runners' least favorite boss. You have to whip him 22 times, has to be a straight whip, cannot be a limp whip, and you want the 20-second hit to be at a very particular height so that you can actually throw 3 crosses through the 3 bats so that when you're whipping, it's actually overlapping a cross with the 3 hitboxes of the Zaf Bat, which vaporizes them almost instantly. A clinic, again, by that one nice guy. Excellent, excellent Zaf Bat fight. That one can get away from you if you're not very careful, and it's arguable that if you do not get the 20-second hit at a favorable height, it will actually take you longer to wrangle the 3 random bats that are released than if you were to actually wait an entire additional cycle to reset that boss.
Definitely not one that you want to let get away from you in a speed race. Nice guy now moving on to the clock tower level, stage A, where we're going to be, it's a short level, but highly technical. We'll see what kind of route he takes through this. Ooh, not making it the jump over the pillar. We'll have to stop and whip it to death. Hopefully we will see good luck moving forward on this stage.
So there's a little bit of a heads up, just awareness from that one nice guy, knowing that he didn't have enough time to get up the stairs before that bone pillar shot the fireball. So he actually stayed on the stair at the very, very, very tip top of the stair so he could take the damage, because you don't actually get knocked off the stairs in CV4. So he could use the iframes to just simply walk past it. Also, it should be noted that taking damage off of the bone pillar itself is 3 damage, so by actually waiting there intentionally taking a fireball, he actually took less damage, as the fireballs only deal 2 damage.
And we saw that one nice guy setting up for the single swing across that gap, but grabbed the heart and decided to take it a little bit slower. ZoddZerk now taking on Zaf Bat, and we'll see how this boss fight goes.
This is the coolest skip in the game if that one nice guy gets it, and it looks like he's going to get it. This is my stage A, extraordinarily technical and extraordinarily short, but one of the reasons it's so short is because of speedrunning techniques. Clean work of Zafbat. ZoddZerk moving on to stage 9.
Yeah, we saw that
Stage
one nice
A,
guy.
excuse
We saw nice guy reaching up to try to grab that ring to clip through the floor there. Wasn't quite able to get it, but didn't lose much time. Now is going to move on to one of the highest RNG bosses of the game, the Mummy, where a single bad pattern can you'll spend a lot of extra time fighting this boss.
Yeah, the Mummy is an interesting one in that, this is one cycle hype. Does he get it? Does he get the one cycle?
Can we get it?
He's going to find, basically he spawns in one of 4 locations, and really the entire goal, one cycle hype. He got it. One cycle. He has got to be at least 55 seconds to 75 seconds ahead now, just because of that one cycle.
I'll keep track. It looks like the screen's going to go dark at...
ZoddZerk takes a bad boost. ZoddZerk takes a bad boost and actually ends up falling to his death, has to reset, has to get the cross back. That one nice guy taking the very traditional fall and ends up making the screen transition and is now in the crumbling bat bridge on his way to the climb of stage B.
Yeah, it looks like we're having still some difficulty here. Okay, we're getting back here. ZoddZerk now again repeating the climb up stage A. That was quite a costly place to take it at there. Fortunately, you will be able to get across here before the end of the stage, but there will be a lot that you'll have to fight through without having the cross or the double or triple.
Yeah, if ZoddZerk plays this correctly, he can actually get a multiplier for the dagger, pick up the cross, and then actually pick up the multiplier. So he may have a double shot, if not triple shot, by the end of the stage if he plays it perfectly.
And that one nice guy is now taking on stage B, the crumbling staircase climb. One of the more difficult sections, arguably the first boss of stage B, where you face a variety of bosses before the final confrontation with Dracula. Moving across the moving platforms, and we'll be facing Slugger very shortly, unless there's a mishap, but we hope that we don't see that.
Yeah, ZoddZerk unfortunately did not get the same skip that one nice guy did, so he has to actually slow whip down that dragon and wait for the additional rings to come by with that one nice guy at the top of the stage B climb. It's gonna take a heck of a misstep from that one nice guy to allow ZoddZerk to get back into this one.
And that one nice guy making it through the climb on his way to Slogra, one of the highest RNG bosses of the game. Let's see how many cycles it takes to take him down.
And of course, that one nice guy makes it look so very easy, and it looks so very easy the way a speedrunner does it, right up into the point where the controller is in your hand, and you realize that Slogra is not behaving, and Slogra is not doing what he is doing for that one nice guy. That one nice guy, unfortunately, having to resort to whipping him down there. A few more cycles than that one nice guy would have liked. Probably used about 5 too many crosses, or 5 more crosses than he would have wanted to. However, with 3 small meets there, he's in just fine shape. At 22 crosses leading into Gaibon, he's going to make short work of him.
And ZoddZerk gets him 2-cycle Mummy, moving into stage B, but Gaibon going down very quickly here. Maybe not getting the best pattern to take him out, and having to chase him down just a bit, but shouldn't have any trouble finishing him off. And moving on to the penultimate boss, the death fight. Yeah,
that Gaibon pattern that one nice guy got kind of an awkward cross pattern, where all of his crosses were not all the same height. So Gaibon did not take consistent ticks of damage as he flew from left to right. So he stayed alive for probably 7 or 8 seconds longer than he should have. But let's see if death is going to be as nice as Slogra. I don't know if you caught that, but that one nice guy throwing in a little bit of a Freddie Mercury straight up fist bump in the middle of that death fight just for swag, just for the swag.
Gotta love those Freddie Mercury strats in the death fight. Finishes off death. He's got 11 hearts and mostly full health. You think he's going to skip the
I think
refill
he's going to
here?
skip it. That's plenty good to go straight for Drac, unless he wants to. Oh, that looks like that. He's going straight to Drac. I was going to say, unless he wants to be overly cautious, because he was going to have full health and 21, 22 hearts going in. And that's plenty more than he needs.
Yeah, at a high level, you probably only need what, like 17 hearts or something.
17 is a little lean, but anything over 20 at this level, or at Nice Guy, JC, 2Cat, that's just overkill. That's like if Dracula gives them several troll patterns where he starts all the way to the left or right of the screen, where you only get 1 tick of damage per cross, then you might want a couple of extra crosses. But yeah, that one Nice Guy putting on a clinic as to how long he's been running the game and how comfortable he is with it, even after not running it for this long.
Dracula being quite kind in the first phase, going into the final set with 6 hearts and almost full health. We should see the end of this race happen very quickly.
That's the troll spawn that I was referring to, where he starts all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Basically forces an entire additional cycle out of you because you just simply can't travel that distance and give as much damage as you would want to. GG, that one nice guy is going to take it. We'll see what the final time is. It was all bats the whole time. 34:30:98. Excellent time.
Excellent run from that one nice guy. ZoddZerk now taking on Slagra. Looks like it's a little bit scary. He's got Slagra on his tail, but I think he should be able to pull out here okay, as long as he doesn't take too much damage here.
Yeah, that's he finished him off. He's gonna have to get all 3 heart or all 3 small meats, and he's also he's gonna skip one. All right, well, he knows that he has time to make up. But yeah, he definitely is not looking healthy in the heart department either. It's one of the reasons that Slagra is such a humongous piece of RNG, is that if he decides to make a fight go long, he just makes you burn through crosses, and you need all the crosses that you can possibly get. It's one of the biggest issues in Stage B routing, is not only how do you defeat the stairs boss and make it to the very, very, very top, and do it quickly and manipulate the platforms and get through the RNG gauntlet of skeletons, but also how do you do it and collect as many hearts as humanly possible along the way. 45 plus hearts is an overly healthy amount, but at that point you're going to have to stop and actually grab a few of the big hearts along the way. Only being at 12 for death, he is invariably going to have to go for the secret room after the death fight is over.
Yes, and in this race, we weren't able to start
Great
with
death
a
fight, by the way. That was an excellent death fight.
fantastic. The a great death fight from ZoddZerk. There is no race spot active for this one. We had some technical difficulties getting started, so ZoddZerk not able to see that one nice guy has already finished. So he really has no idea where he sits right now. Taking one death, he's got to be thinking he could be behind right now. We'll see how things go moving forward.
I can only imagine the adrenaline pumping through his veins, knowing how much of an underdog he is in this, and looking up and seeing that one nice guy has not finished yet, and he's walking into Dracula's room.
And here comes the Dracula fight from ZoddZerk. He's got a good amount of hearts, a great amount of health. I don't think he'll have any trouble, but Dracula can sometimes give you some bad patterns.
Yes, the phase 2 for Dracula, where he starts summoning the fire, this is the one that normally does most people in. Because especially if he gets you up against a wall like that, because you're either going to take a body hit from Dracula, or you're going to jump into the fire as it spawns above you, or the fire is going to spawn underneath you, resulting in you taking at least a 3 damage hit, which he's taken several of. So he's going to need, he needs that meat right there in order to actually clench this.
And moving into the final phase with a good amount of health, a great amount of hearts, we should see this one end very quickly.
Now he's losing a lot of health. He may actually have to resort to the pause buffer strats here. No, he's got this. This is clean.
Yeah, this
He
is
can let the crosses do the dirty work for him if he wants to at this point.
And that's it. ZoddZerk finishing in second. We'll get his official time here momentarily.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that was only one death in the entire race between the two. Isn't that right? That's an excellent death count.
Yeah, both of these racers have to be happy with their time. They're both going to be under 40 minutes. ZoddZerk just had the one death in stage A, and that one nice guy went deathless. So another deathless finish from one of our racers. Final time from ZoddZerk, 38:17. And
GG to the racers.
GGs to both, absolutely. I'm gonna jot these down, and then we'll get these guys into the room for some conversation here about the race.
I was only 45 seconds off of ZoddZerk's PB, which he only got a few days ago, which is fantastic. And so, yeah, I would say in a race setting to be only 40-something seconds above your PB is a fantastic feat.
Absolutely. Both these guys put on quite a show today, and I can't wait to get a word from them. Let's see if we can get them into the room here. It was definitely a highlight for me seeing the zip in stage 4. Always cool to see someone pulling off the zip. It really just all around, just pro strats from Nice Guy. You had expected it from him, but he definitely delivered and did a great job.
Oh, no, it was absolutely a pleasure commentating on one of his games. He was one of the reasons that I myself started learning the route and ultimately started running the game. It was a pleasure when he first popped into my stream and said hi, and I can't believe that I'm actually here commentating on a race that he is in. So it's been an absolute pleasure for me personally, and fantastic race. Put on an absolute clinic, safe strats, non-PB strats, and still ended up with a mid 34. It's just fantastic run overall.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey there, Zod. How are you feeling?
Good. I kind of knew that was gonna happen. So you guys know.
Well, honestly, you put on a great race. Took the one death in stage A, but otherwise, very clean. And a GG to you, man.
Game, nice guy. Good game.
Hey, sorry, my dog's barking right now, if you can hear him.
No
Oh,
worries.
GG to the dog as well.
Yeah, right.
Well, congratulations, Nice Guy. How did you feel about the race?
Scared because I haven't done a live race in like a very long time, but it was very fun overall. Yeah, just good job to Zon. That was really good. Great time.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So that nice guy, I have to ask because you have to understand the oxymoron of you masterfully doing the 4-4 zip and then not doing the book jump in stage 7. I just got to ask.
Yeah, yeah, I pretty much just like got super nervous like after stage 5, like pretty much like right when stage 6 occurred. Like where I was about to do these chandeliers, my follower came out and that just like all of a sudden made me super nervous for like the chandeliers, and I decided not to do the book jump and just wanted to play it safe from like the rest of the run. And I don't know why I even went for zip honestly, because I kept screwing that up during practice the past few days.
Well, you nailed it on the one day that mattered, and I actually thought you were going to go for the one cycle, to be honest, and was talking up that you once upon a time had it down very, very consistently, and it wouldn't have surprised me. And it looked like you had the window to jump and actually make that few frames in order to continue, but you elected for the three cycle instead, which ultimately in a race setting, I think everybody will agree a three cycle mindset in a race is probably ideal.
Yeah, I mean, it's, it's always good to play it safe, especially for races, because like you just never know what will happen, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. In a race setting, we completely understand when you don't take the riskiest strats. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Um,
I was a little disappointed in the last couple stages. I think the guy bomb fight was like real trash. Like I don't know, I think I killed him a little bit too early in the first phase. That I panicked. I had no idea how to like kill him quickly in the second phase. Like I messed up the setup there, and
Yeah,
I
you
don't
were
know.
using the strat where you kill him in the center, right? And he gets up from the center and goes to the left. Is that the strategy you were doing? And I think you killed him too far to the left, if I'm not
Ex-
mistaken.
Yeah, exactly. That was the main issue. He died way too quickly in the first phase, so like I kind of just had no idea what to do from there. And I just said, screw it, just keep whipping him. He's not that hard of a boss anyway, compared to Slagra.
And ZoddZerk never gave up, never surrendered, continued plowing forward no matter what. ZoddZerk, you didn't have a single death until I believe it was stage A, and you got the cross back relatively quickly. What was going through your mind when you took that bad boost off that right platform to your demise?
I kind of laughed a little bit because I was like, I've never had that happen where that guy snuck up on me and knocked me knocked me off that, like, I guess that gear or that platform and then down that pit. Um, but I was like, well, we die a lot in this game, so you just where's the next boomerang? That's always the next thought. Just find the next boomerang and try to keep moving. Don't die again, please.
And as I also understand it, you had no indication as to whether or not that one nice guy had finished the race or not as you were walking into the latter half of stage B. Did you actually think in the back of your mind somewhere that maybe you actually somehow might be ahead? Maybe that one nice guy, say, failed a 4-4 zip or something like that, and you somehow ended up ahead? Or had you dismissed that in the forefront of your mind already?
Uh, I honestly, I dismissed any chance of victory before I even started this. I used to, when I first started playing Castlevania 4, I did it just for fun, and then I noticed, people are speed running it, and the first person I watched speed run it was Nice Guy. So, he was like the first person I would sit there and watch play to learn stuff from. So, um, and then also, yeah, Nice Guy shows up and kind of gives me tips all the time on what to do. So I didn't think I was gonna beat Nice Guy by any chance. Like I said, I think I said this to him before. I was like, I'm gonna be the Glass Joe of the tournament for a little while. If you forget how to play Castlevania, Glass Joe's gonna knock you out, make you feel bad. But you gotta know your know some tricks and be able to recover soon. And it's not gonna be too difficult.
Was there one section of the race or the run that was giving either of you guys, and I guess nice guy, you can answer first, specific pause for, worry or concern?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question, please?
It,
Sorry.
was there a part of the run that was actually like making you sweat that you were really worried about, say more than any other part?
The zip definitely made my heart pound a lot. Um, during that part, and then I kind of just thought, okay, you know what? That was really stupid of me. I'm just gonna not do the book jump or keep it safe with the chandelier. Just play it smoothly. Um, but yeah, definitely the zip was one of the scariest moments. And I think I messed up the ring glitch in stage 3. I had to rewatch the run. Shoot.
Well, you nailed the one that saved you 10 to 12 seconds. So I guess if you added up all the time for all the rest of the tricks that you decided to skip, you also did get the wonderful iframe damage boost through the 3 Medusa heads and the dragon bone for the stage A climb. And that is my favorite moment in the entire run, just because so much chaos is going on through Simon's hitbox and your on, on a moving ring. It's just so cool to see somebody in a race setting pull that off. So well done indeed overall. How about you, ZoddZerk?
There was a few moments that I was like, "Uh-oh." The first one was the ring glitch, the first ring glitch. I probably did it 500 times right before this race, and then for some reason it just wasn't feeling right when I started swinging, so I just gave up on it. And then later on, in 8, the dungeon when you need to boost off of the acid drips through the spikes. I just kind of fouled that up, so I had to stop and rethink for a second what to do. And then there was a couple other moments. I think I messed up on Gaibon pretty bad. But it happens. So.
But you had one of the most awesome death kills I've yet seen in the race so far. It was an excellent death kill.
Thanks. Yeah, that worked out. I've been practicing death a lot. I've been practicing the whole series of bosses. Slogura, he got me down to 1 health bar. That was pretty nerve-wracking right there. But the bosses after that are pretty easy.
All right. Well, again, GG to both of you. I could see that you guys had basically a very heads-up run. It wasn't just rote memorization. It wasn't gray matter. You actually did show up to the race. I watched as both of you took unexpected hits, had to adjust your routes accordingly, a multitude of times throughout the run. It was an absolute pleasure to watch, and I feel honored being able to commentate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Same from here, guys. Congratulations both. And that one nice guy will be moving on to the next round of the competition. Our next round will actually be determining who that one nice guy's competitor will be. It will either be the Last Belmont or Infamous TV. Their match will be happening on Tuesday. The time for that GMT is that would be 8 p.m. GMT, which is 4 p.m. Eastern. And we hope that you will tune back into Castlevania Speedruns for that. Definitely give Castlevania Speedruns a follow. Also follow our runners, ZoddZerk and That One Nice Guy, who will be streaming on Twitch. Give them a follow. Come and join their streams when you have the opportunity. And then we certainly hope that you'll join Castlevania Speedruns for the next round. Again, I have been Lord Fancypuss, again joined by Macholv, and we want to wish you a good night. Thanks, Macholv, for the commentary tonight.
My absolute pleasure. My absolute pleasure. I'll do it again if I'm ever invited back in the building.
All right. Well, everyone, have a great night and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will catch you next week.
Thank you.